My people, my name is Kesa, the African judge, and when you see me, know that I'm about to speak the truth. In South Africa, terrible things are happening there. Mexicans are destroying the country. Mexicans are selling drugs. Mexicans are destroying the youth. And we need to talk about that today. In Burkina Faso, great things are happening there. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is changing the country. And today, we're going to talk about Burkina Faso and South Africa. So let's not waste time. Let's go. Today, I'm talking about Burkina Faso, a country that many of you love. You know, when leaders love their people, even the wounded one don't die forgotten. My people, in a continent where soldiers fight with courage but die with neglect. Now, one man has decided to change that story, while many African leaders are flying to Dubai, Paris for medical care. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is building hospitals on the battlefield to save the life of those who defend the nation. Now, let me tell you something, guys. This is not politics. This is patriotism in motion. This is leadership that speaks louder than speeches. In a historic move, President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso handed over a mobile field hospital to his country's Ministry of Defense and Veterans. Now listen to this. This is not a donation from the West, not a donation from the UN. It's made in Burkina Faso by Africans for Africans. Now, the field hospital consists of 2 fully equipped trucks. The first truck handles diagnostics. It has X-ray machines, laboratory tools, and all the medical technology needed to analyze and treat quickly. The second truck is a mobile surgical unit ready for operations right there in the field. Now, here is the amazing part. The hospital can run on its own for 8 straight hours, even in the remote areas where there's no electricity, no water, and no support. Now, President Traoré said during the handover, "From now on, this will be the standard. When we evacuate wounded, they often die on the way. That's why we need a modern station aid at the front to support our troops." My people, let me be honest. This is the voice of a leader that understands the pain. Because too often, African soldiers are treated like disabled tools, used in war, forgotten in peace, but not under this man's watch. Now, he also gave 80 folding hospital beds, not to decorate offices, but to deploy immediately at the front lines. And this is what we call action-driven leadership. Let's be honest, in many African countries, our soldiers die not because the enemy is stronger. Our soldiers die because our system is weaker. Our soldiers die because there's no medication, because there's no ambulance, because there's no first aid. They die because our leaders care more about money than the people. But today, Burkina Faso is writing a new chapter. A chapter where the government does not wait for NGOs to save its people. A chapter where the president himself goes at the front, not to give speeches, but to deliver solutions. And this mobile hospital is more than just a medical equipment. It's a symbol of hope, a weapon of dignity. It tells the Burkina soldiers that your life matters, your sacrifice will not be ignored, you will not die forgotten in the dust. My people, imagine if every African nation had leaders like this. Leaders wouldn't wait for France. Leaders wouldn't wait for the US. Leaders wouldn't wait for IMF to tell them what to do. Imagine if our resources were used to build hospitals for our soldiers. Imagine if our resources were used to build schools for our children. Imagine if our resources were used to build factories for our youth. That's how nations rise. Not through speeches at summit, but through action that protect and empower their own people. This is why the name Ibrahim Traoré keeps echoing across Africa, because he is fighting not only terrorism, he's fighting for dependency. He's proving that Africa cares for Africa. So while others are busy begging for aid, Burkina Faso is building its own future. One solution, one innovation, one act of courage at a time. This mobile hospital may look small today, but it represents a big dream, a self-reliant Africa where leaders serve, not rule. Because as I always say, when the people lead, leaders must follow. When leaders care, nations will heal. My fellow South Africans, the moment you are blaming Nigerians for selling drugs, Mexicans are selling drugs right here in South Africa. They say foreigners are destroying the youth, but they do not tell you which foreigner. Listen, the moment it's an African, everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about it. But when it's a cartel, everybody goes silent. Everyone goes silent.
The major discovery led to the arrest of 5 Mexican nationals and 1 South African. Preliminary investigations revealed that 5 foreign nationals are in the country illegally.
Police found a massive meth lab on a farm near Volkskrantz in Mpumalanga. Inside 2 trucks, they discovered chemicals, machines, and crystal meth packed in bucket, freezer, and lunch boxes. The value around 350 million rands. That's over 20 million US dollar.
A tip-off from the community led police to the place where they discovered crystal meth was being manufactured. Large quantities of precursor chemicals used to manufacture drugs, drug manufacturing equipment, and crystal meth were confiscated. A fake gun loaded with blank rounds and 3 live 9mm rounds were also found in the possession of the farm caretaker.
Police arrested 5 Mexicans plus 1 South African. Now I know if this was 5 Mexican plus 1 Nigerian, we all know the story would have been worldwide. But because it is South African and Mexicans, everyone goes silent. And this is not the first time. In Limpopo, another meth lab was found worth over 2 billion rands. 2 billion rands. Listen, and 2 Mexicans were arrested too. Same method, same chemical, same cartel fingerprints. Do you see the patterns? This is not a local crime anymore. This is an international business. Now, I'm not saying Nigerians should sell drugs in South Africa. But when a Nigerian is caught with 1 bag of drug, headlines everywhere. Everybody talks about it. But when it's a Mexican that is caught with a ton of lead, everybody goes silent. No one talks about it. Why? Because it doesn't fit the story they want you to believe. They want you to fight your African brother while real players are behind money and power. You need to wake up. Now, let me tell you the truth. These cartels don't operate alone. They work with corrupt officials, dirty business owners, and security insiders. I mean, how can you run a billion rand meth lab in South Africa without help? It doesn't make sense. There are people in uniform, offices, and politics protecting these networks. According to Interpol, Africa is now one of the fastest growing hubs for meth and cocaine trafficking. In just last 2 years, South African police have seized more than 10 billion rands worth of crystal meth, and most of the operations are run by international cartel, not local. Some shipments were even marked with Tesla logo, a signature of a Mexican drug cartel. My fellow South Africans, open your eyes. You can deport all Nigerians back to Nigeria. Listen, I'm not saying don't do it. Do it if you want, but you will still have the same problem of drugs in your country. Because they are not the problem. The problem are from these cartels. They are the ones that manufacture the drug in your country. You can decide to deport all of them. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. My name is Kesa. I'm the African judge, and here I speak the truth. Guys, I don't sugarcoat here. Let me tell you something. If you stand for Africa, make sure you share this video. If you stand for Africa, please subscribe to the channel. Listen, thank you so much for many of you that are subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's keep on growing. Let's keep on growing. I will see you in the next video.